Hello there and welcome
to the new channel.
Here to help you see
the new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
This is Apple Manansada.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Orgami.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebustillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhino.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice for beer.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sunny Haldon.
Heidi Lumainos.
This is Ivan Jude.
Patrick Geronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
Mine was Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Hotline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and More.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. Sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good afternoon. It's a wonderful day. Welcome to the new channel. Here to help you see the new you. This is Jesse Francis Rebustillo, your host to this wonderful program, the HR Hotline. A wonderful day. It's a busy day. I just finished my first day for the emotional intelligence seminar for ECOP, and it was wonderful. It is interactive. And then after this, I am invited to do a short webinar on work-life integration with the Inquirer's job fair. Just think about it. A few years ago, I was the one organizing the job fairs for Inquirer. Now, as a happy retiree, I am invited to the job fair that I used to organize before. So it's a wonderful day. Again, thank you for all those who are here. My dear friend Obet and June Sally are here. Bebet and Judy, and of course, here's here. Bebet, I just hope your son is already okay. I know that he was positive earlier. I prayed for him. And then, Obet, the reason why we're having the consultation today, because today is supposed to be an episode with guests, but we're going to do that on Thursday because I am inviting two past presidents. I'm still working on the third, PP Obet and PP Jerry, on Thursday to be with me as guests on the screen, and it will be a different thing. So we'll have a conversation, and of course, again, we will invite you to join us in a conversation. So we have here Judy and we have here June. Okay, let's start right away. We are still in the pandemic, and we are now on the MECQ. And a lot of HR are still in quandary on what are the things to do. So I have here some issues or concerns that I gathered from my group chats. And these are actually HR people, students of mine in my certification program and PNAP, and also one chat group here, also with ECHO. And what are their concerns? So we have three, and we're going to discuss it one after the other, and I would like to get your insight. The first one is, we are back to MECQ, and we're still supposed to be in AWA. AWA is alternative work arrangement. And usually, many are still scared, and they are in WFH, work from home. There's a difference between work at home and work from home. We'll discuss that one of these days. But anyway, the concern is what jobs, or in particular positions, should be required to report to the office, and what are those that can be on a work from home or in a distance working mode. That is the job or the function. Then also we'll discuss the people, the persons who should be reporting and why. And after the break, we'll have, while we're working from home, I would like to know your insight. Who should really shoulder the cost? Who should take care of the workstation? Or will management have a say on the workstations of employees working from home? And the last one is your thoughts on bonuses and increases at this time of the pandemic. So wonderful concerns, and it's very HR, and I would like to get your thoughts on this. Eric is here. Eric Del Castillo is here, and then June Sally. So let's discuss, let's have a conversation on the first. Who are supposed to report? What functions and what position? I had a chat with Jovi Monsalud of Golden ABC last night, and she was telling me that she's just on a meeting at this time, but she has policies and guidelines on those. I just hope she can catch up with us. So I will start. Who should report? One is, it depends if the employees have the facility to be working from home. But I think, of course, because even education is now online. So I would like to know, of course, the security guard should be there. That is a given. Should the CEO or the COO be there? How about HR? Should HR report to the office at this time? I would like to know your thoughts. I would like to know your thoughts. Say if it is a manufacturing firm. Of course, we are required. There are some guidelines. There are some protocols. Only around 50 in a 10%, 30% in a room. So I would like to know, can we spot on Judy? Can we spot on Judy? Healthcare-related jobs should not be work from home. Call center agents, right? Call center agents, Judy? I might be, because of the facility. They have to be in one venue, in one site. But I think there are some outsourcing organizations wherein their people are working from home. But in particular, call center agents should be reporting in the office. Jamie here. Can we spot on Jamie? The support team, such as those in admin, IT, HR, should report to the office at least a few hours a day, a week. So what is a few hours a day, a week, Jamie? So IT, HR, and admin should report. But what is the arrangement? What is the arrangement with this one, Jamie? From Eric, for Nissan, only staff who are required to perform extremely critical business requirements should report to the office. Eric, we would like to know the guidance. What do we mean by extremely critical business requirements? So this is continuous coordination with the bosses. Okay. Again, going back to Eric. Eric is telling us here, our threshold is 10% for work on site. So in a given venue, it's only 10%. Eric, who checks on this? Is it the security guard, or are there people moving around that there is only 10%? So if my living room can only accommodate, if this is 10, so they can 10%, only one should be here. It's a work at least in the BPO and shared services have all been work from home since last year. Fel, can you make clear of this? Because I understand some agents are still being required to report to the office, but I know also some BPO and shared services have been on a work from home mode. HR need not to be in the office. Thank you for that statement, Eric. Ang inspirasyon ng bayan. Ang daming mentees. Yeah. if you have the facility, and if you can do synchronous and asynchronous, you're not expected to be in the office. Offend. HR staff do not need to be in the office. So we have two at the same time. Two. So because you can actually perform your function virtually from PP Audit. Essential position. PP Audit is a consultant of a big San Miguel firm. They are doing merchandising. Essential position based on the criticality of the position, whose functions and roles will not be possible to be performed at home in accordance to agreed criteria of management team. So what you mean, PP Audit? This really needs now a decision from management. Examples are technical, operations, factory-based, hospital-based, and security-related. So ito na nga, it cannot cut and paste because it depends on your industry, it depends on your function. And the decision should really be well thought of by HR in collaboration with everybody in management. Kaya maganda nga itong Actually, tanong ito ng isang estudyante ko. At actually, ang tanong niya, should I, an HR, report to work? I hope nanonood siya. Kasi required siya ng boss to report to work. Pero yung boss, work from home. Tapos siya pinapag-report. So nagtatanong siya sa akin. Well, anyway, sabi ni Eric at sabi ni Ophel, HR don't need to report to the office. O ayan, sabihin ko na yung pangalan. Sabihin na natin ang pangalan niya ay Juan Armelito, ang ating engineer na maganda ang boses. Good research, yes. I think jobs or persons who are most likely to work at the office during ECQ, MCQ in a design and construction company. One, the guard, yes. O nga, si Engineer Melito is an owner of a construction developing firm. Guard, to continue to take care of the premises. The accountant, talaga, engineer. Talaga, the accountant, you really have to go. Unless, siguro kasi confidential, baka hindi mo dala sa bahay. The admin in charge and the purchasers. They cannot do it work from home wherein they can call talagang pumunta or kailangan yung mga gamit nandoon. So it is dependent on the function. Pero I would like to get your insight. Eric, PP Obet, and Ophel. So na-identify natin, HR hindi na pwede, pero nagsabi yung accountant. Pero ano ba talaga yung say even specifically, sino dapat ang pumasok? Of course, I will start. Dapat meron pa ring rotation. Kaya I was asking ano ang arrangement. I was asking Jamie, at least daw a few hours mag-report. Pero will you require paano kung lang solo HR, ikaw lang talaga pupunta. 'Di ba? Kasi I know of I am a consultant of one government firm, agency, wherein at the time that I was advising them not to report, they were actually so keen on reporting. Ayan, may nag-positive. Nag-positive. So it's actually a balance between your safety, your health, and then your contribution, your performance. So ang tanong, sino dapat talaga ang dapat mag-report? At ang sabi nga rito, of course, the guard or those in charge, yung mga admin, sabi to report, can we go now? Kay Eric muna, work on site for us 3 hours. May 3 hours to work on site. Pero Eric, di kaya mahirap kasi you are losing time kasi 3 hours and then you go home, yung time to go back and forth. Sabi ni Judy, people involved in fulfillment center should report in the center. O yung talagang dapat siguro, what do you mean by fulfillment center? There is a a something that you have to may result. Then sabi ni June, can we po spot on June Sally? To report are those handling sensitive position. Cashier, operation people, and support group can opt for work from home. Sabi ni Eric, yes, the security guard reports to me, our division heads control the 10% threshold. So it's actually the operations, kung sino talaga ang pupunta. So, I just would like to know, Eric, how do you do it? Meron bang template format on who will come on these days and who will not? Are there procedures or processes? Sabi ni Judy here, CEO and HR should be reporting from time to time. Oo naman. Oo naman. Para makita. For as a good example, di ba? Ophel here has something to say. Can we spot on Ophel? Agents doing sensitive financial support may be required to work in an office due to license only available on their work computers. Oh, ngayon ko nito nalaman, Ophel, yung sensitive financial support. So, dapat talaga. So, with that, talagang they have to follow yung strict protocols. We have here, can we spot on Sir Obed? Most HR positions can be performed at home as long as they have the right tools, needed softwares, and on 24/7 readiness to serve. Ako, nakakatakot. PT Obed is 24/7. And then also the softwares. Okay, and that will be our next, are there enough gadgets provided? Then we have here from engineer, can you spot on accountant is very important to facilitate the purchase order, immediate payment requirements, and salary of workers. Oo nga naman. Oo nga naman. Pero alam mo, pwede naman siguro if you have may mga systems, diba? Pero kasi natatakot ako. Pero siguro one, to facilitate nga payment. Eric here, can you spot on Eric? Extremely critical business requirements of jobs which can only be done if in the office requiring urgent attention. So this is definition coming from Eric. Extremely critical business requirement that can only be done in the office. Because there are things that the sources of info are actually in the office, and you can only do that. And may oras yung agility. But we can still perfect it siguro na in the long run, we can have it done at home. Then we come, Eric again, if HR staff team is infected, wala na mag-coordinate sa mga needs. Kaya dapat yung HR talaga should be working from home kasi they have to be protected. Frontliner dapat working from home. Jamie here, can you spot on Jamie? Yeah, some office require HR to show up in the office kasi they are also tasked with some admin functions. Oo nga, Jamie. Yun na nga yung tanong ng estudyante ko, Jamie, kilala mo yun? Di ba? Dapat naman siguro. Pero with extreme, caution on how. Siguro talaga dapat i-announce that I will be there from this time. May announcement. Si Armelito, can spot on engineer, the HR shall identify its critical function applicable. But the issue must be their performance, production, output, and better efficiency and work effectiveness. That is the problem engineering. Kasi while we are doing it now, we have to come up with ways how we can engage. Di ba in one of our discussion, ang problem is how to improve the low performance that we are having now. Okay, then we have, I'm sorry for my dogs are here. Okay, then we have Ophel. Can we spot on Ophel? Admin and IT are required to be in the office, the most of the PPO, because they take care of the tools to be delivered to homes of employees. Oo nga naman. Even in Inquirer, I know that the IT people are reporting kasi for the processing of yung yung transfer of what do you call this? Then yung edited materials. Okay, can we close it now? Okay. Then we have from Bebet here. Key persons can work at home because they are the ones giving direction. If they get sick, who will give directions? Right. So actually, we have here different viewpoints, no? Yung iba, key person should be there in the office because of some functions and activities to do. Pero meron din nagsabi na key functions of key people dapat nasa work from home kasi baka nga magkasakit. Persons can work at home because they are the ones giving directions. Then we have here accounting and purchases with the files and references are usually at the office computers. Oh, man. And it is not, alam mo, unless talaga trusted and unless meron ka talagang control, mahirap eh. I agree with you, engineer. Unless meron kang yung tawag nun, a safetyness of data. Bebet, yes. Sabi ni Eric, yes. Armelito, a CEO can work from home. Ano ba kayo? I can perform more at home. Oo nga, as long as I have means of connection to key staff that is necessary for a more efficient communication. Diba? So, yeah, I agree that at this time, we have to balance safety and we have to balance continuity. And then siguro, in that balance, as long as business continues, yung kung saan yung magre-report. Pero we have to identify, kaya we are discussing it, sino talaga ang pupunta. And I think it's agreed, those that are in charge of admin, those that are handling the security of files and data, ay dapat talaga pumasok. Si PP Obet merong ano rito? It is not simply reporting on site, but more of how effective, efficient, and competitive your workforce who are equipped with the right tools, softwares, communication tools, under the supervision and guidance of leaders, not simply doing managerial job. I agree. Who consistently inspire, motivate, strengthen, and persuade everyone in doing their best, and make them feel the authenticity and malasakit of the leader. They feel his heart beyond their function. I agree with PP Obet because sometimes they have the facility, the gadgets, the connectivity, but if they cannot really see the motivation coming from the leaders, baka hindi pa rin effective yung at efficient yung performance. And there is still more from PP Obet. It is imperative that a leader constantly communicate with the team and even others outside of the team, not only focus on work and deliverables, but more on looking after safety, wellness, and welfare for everybody. Okay, we have here Ma'am Grace. Welcome. Welcome, Grace Ralios. Operation in core processes must be on site. Yes. So medyo nagiging clear dito sa sinabi ni Ma'am Grace. What operations siguro dapat talaga. Pero on a rotation, kasi we have to have what we call the percent of who should be there. Pero all the rest that are siguro yung support, yung assist, HR, diba? Admin, one that is in charge of what operation needs must go. Pero yung admin siguro can still be on work from home. I don't know with accounting, if you don't have that system wherein we can bring yung security of the data. Ang tanong ko, can I ask, sino ba sa inyo rito wherein compensation is now done at home? Yung salary. Most COVID-19 transmission happening in the office. That's why Nissan Philippines decided to limit work on site. Right decision, Eric. Right decision. So this is on a case-to-case basis. but it is how you're going to look at it kung sino talaga ang papasok. Pero, can somebody tell me, meron na palang nag-dare wherein salaries are already done at home by somebody? Kasi sometimes salary is considered confidential. Pero, paano naman kung confidential? Kung pwede naman pinag-uusapan yan. Pero, meron na ba? O meron na bang accounting processes wherein you have your, what do you call that? Yung bookkeeping, yung AR which is done at home. Okay. Sabi dito ni Eric, employee safety is the priority now. So, nice way. Alam mo, gusto ko yung ganitong conversation wherein the conversation is left there. And it depends on how we are going to adapt it. Basta meron na key people should be kept at home because it's so scary if they get sick. Pero may nagsabi naman na key people should be there also to show a good example and to take charge if there is a need for them. But I think there is an we are in consensus that those actually doing critical jobs and mostly, especially if it is operation, must be there. So ang tanong ko from our guests here, how about sales? Can you still require those in sales or in marketing to report? I'm just curious. IT siguro, yes. Yes. May sinabi dito si Judy, there's a payroll system that is fully automated. I know. I used to be, di ba, salario, marami. Even si Pink Cabanes, what do you call it? ACLT. Mayroon. Companies must provide the installation of computers. We are going to discuss this, Grace, later on, but nasabi mo na companies must provide the installation of computers at home and internet connectivity costs must be subsidized. A system can be installed to clock in and clock out. Time zones can be covered. Okay, we'll discuss this later on. Let's try to finish itong who should be there, who should report. Eric, can you spot on Eric? Yes. What is CNB at home can be, what is CNB at home? Lahat can be done, lahat online from HR, outsource, payroll provider, and compensation and benefit. I'm sorry, Eric. Ayan, bobo naman ni Sir Jess. Compensation and benefit at home, pwede. Can be done online and outsource, payroll provider, and finance. Oo nga eh. At alam mo at this time, dapat, that is why Nissan is really, hindi ako nag-aano sa iyo ha, is really an employer of choice. Kasi very advanced, di ba? Yes, you can outsource compensation. Yan ang sinasabi ni Michelle Garcia. Na that is the future of HR. Compensation and benefits can be done outsourced. Okay. Sales can do virtual selling. That's right, Judy. And you don't have to require them to report. Si Grace naman, sales can be done online and delivery can be coordinated by drop shipping. Right, Ma'am Grace? Sabi ni Ophel, it's the partner's bank that works on the compensation transfer. So no need for accounting team to be in the office. Right, if you have the system. When I was in Inquirer Ophel, and that was way back in the early 2000s, we already outsourced yung aming payroll. I was one of them. Hindi na tamad ako at that time. Sinasabing tamad, no, it was outsourced. At mas mabilis. Okay, can we spot on Ophel ulit kasi hindi pa tayo tapos? BPO payroll is all automated. The company provides the work tools so the work can be done at home for intent connection. Okay, compensation and benefits. Yes, Eric. So that's it. So, for critical jobs and functions. Pero sa tao, alam mo sa tao, kasi yun nga, alam mo sa tao, if they are really senior citizen and they're still working, they should be really be on a work from home. And usually these are executives, these are managers. I know of a government agency where I have a consultant, nasabi ko sa kanilang mga managers, all of you are actually above 60, you must be working from home. Hindi nga sumunod. O yun, nagka-COVID sila. Agree, Sir Jesse. Sabi ni Jamie, Nissan is a great place to work at. Yeah, they have been open to work from anywhere even before the pandemic. Praktisado na sila. Congrats, Sir Eric. Yun na nga eh. Alam mo, walang sisiyan. Alam mo, yung mga best practices na yan, that was already discussed in PMAP before COVID. Eh, medyo yung mindset lang kasi matigas ang ulo. Iba parang you don't want to go with what is actually the trend maybe. And I think yung, the difference nung Nissan was anything that is a best practice, ginagawa nila. So, comes the disruption, which is VUCA, they're ready for it. Right? So, Grace, considering work from home is more the trend, hire the most experienced without prejudice to age. Oo nga naman. Kasi, ang hirap nga mag-train ang induction at onboarding ngayon. Adjust the compensation benefits. Okay, we'll take a break and when we come back, yun ang pinumpisa ni Ma'am Grace Rarios, let's discuss who should shoulder not only the cost but take charge of the workstations if we ask people to work from home. I would like to know the thoughts of Eric kasi they're working from home, Jamie and Ophel. Okay, and Judy. So let's have the break direct. Can we have the poster wherein we are going to invite our viewers? We are inviting you to watch all our shows live or replay, such as U-Turn, TNC The Talk, Awesome Day, The Home Buyer, The Puppet Stories, Mondays 5:30 p.m., The Big Picture, Mondays of Fridays 7:15 p.m., The Millennial Voice, Foreign Affairs, HR Hotline, and Moving on Business by just visiting our site, the new channel. Thank you very much. Okay, we have some posters to invite them. I am invited into a job fair this afternoon. Can we have the poster, please? Yes, I'm going to give a talk on the work-life integration, actually. Then after that, this is the poster of that job fair. It's Inquirer's Job Fair Oh, this one is the job fair of PMAP that will be on June. If you're a PMAP member, try to contact Jamai Duque and then try to, advertise the vacancies in your companies. It is a cost. Any vacancy means cost. And you are not an efficient HR if there are still critical, pivotal positions that are not filled. Nagsalita. Okay, can we still have another posters, please? Yes, I'm doing now enhancing EQ and AQ at ECOP. And the other poster is I'm going to do a succession planning webinar with ECOP also. Thank you very much, Direct. Can we go back to our conversation? Okay, so I would like to know your inputs on that second item wherein who should really be the one who should take charge of our workstations. Okay, it was already mentioned by Grace that it should be the company who should take charge of the connectivity and then reimburse. Sabi rito ni Judy, can we spot on Judy? Most companies in our industry provides the necessary tools required. If the employees already have existing tools, the company extend additional security systems. They also provide internet and communication allowances. So let us make it clear. One, gadgets. What will we do if they don't have what you call the laptop or what you call the smaller one? Who will provide them? They cannot bring home the desk computers. Do you give a subsidy or do you require them? Or is it a requirement when you recruit that you must have a laptop? Diba? The company should. Although, Ophel, may ano dyan eh. Kasi diba, sa construction industry, sino ba nagpo-provide nung martilyo ng karpentero? I think the carpentero brings his martilyo. But I think in big firms, the martilyo is actually provided by the company kasi may tools nga eh. So I would like to know your thoughts on this. Ang sabi ni Ophel, the company should. Oo nga naman, kasi nagtatrabaho eh. So ang mahirap lang nito, mag-i-issue ka. I remember in Inquirer, we issue. I remember, I was issued a laptop, which after I retired, binabalik. Sabi ni Armelito, safety increase, maybe the risk benefit should be applied instead. For me, I can give salary increase with sufficient reason. If the consistency of high performance and production with right and influential attitude. Okay. Engineer, doon po yan sa last na tanong natin ha. Pag-usapan muna natin doon sa what do you call this? Gadgets and tools to use. The company provides the equipment and tools. So, tatlo na ang nagsasabi. O nga na, so dapat mag-issue. Okay, alam mo may mga small and medium enterprises wherein they cannot really afford what we are discussing here, huh? Yes, employees with their own gadgets and connections, unless their job is very important for the business itself. So depends on yung, what do you call this, capacity of the company. See, Judy, some company are making it as a requirement if they recruit. Oo nga naman. I know some BPO, I know that, na sa requirement, tinatanong na if you have your own personal computer. Diba? And then, that is part of the, and then, ang tanong lang naman dyan is, if you can afford it, you have to issue. If you don't afford it, you require it to have it on your own. The next question is connectivity. Sabi dito ni Ophel, laptop are provided by the company and photo of employees' work area is required to be emailed to the manager to ensure it follows safety guidelines. Right o fail? Naunahan mo ako. Tulitan nilo talaga ng BFF ko. Yeah. Kasi di ba, it's not only that na yung aesthetics, yung kurtina na ginamit, you can use your virtual background. But you know, just imagine, even for students, yung laptop is in front of the TV. Diba? That is actually the problem here in the Philippines, wherein that is what you call, we have some space issues, problems. So dapat makita. And right, CFL, na picturean yun kasi yung safety guidelines, malay mo ang ginagamit, ang dami na pala doong octopus. Diba? We repurposed our meal and transport allowance for internet connect. Ang galing talaga ni Eric. Eric, isubmit mo na yan. You are actually now you should be awarded. Naunahan mo lang ako, Eric. Repurpose your meal and transport kasi hindi naman kailangan. And for internet connectivity and home office. Right. Di-apply mo sa Converge o sa PLDT o sa Globe at home. And then you can just make your arrangement and now you're going to pay for it because it's needed. It's part of the job. Diba? Parang tanong, diba? Nagbigay kayang uniform. Is the uniform going to be paid by the employee or is it for free? Yan ang mga tanong. Diba? Diba? Kasi may mga kumpanya na nagpabigay ng uniform pero paid. Diba? Okay. From Ma'am Grace Ralias, desktops can be installed at home. Nga naman. With headsets. Companies did or do. Cabling must be reimbursed by company. DSL connectivity is required. Wi-Fi can work too with high-grade smartphones too. Companies must pay as rental if employees uses his or her own tools. Ma'am Grace, you're right. Right. The work office at home is by employee either as rented or own home. Companies save on space rental by work from home. But you know that decision of if you can bring on yung desktop. Pero pwede naman eh. Pwede naman. Especially if this actually entails work that, di ba, yung data, big data, that can, I don't know yung configuration ng desktop and laptop, di ba, na kailangan talaga gamitin yun. Right. So thank you for these inputs and insights talaga, Ma'am Grace. Okay. So we go, para bang, subtly, gracefully to the next issue. With this, nag-usap na tayo with the gadgets and then their connectivity. Are we still going to give increases? What are your thoughts on this? Paano? Kasi we still have what you call yung performance management system. Diba? Can there still be what you call bonuses? What are your take on this? I would like to listen. Eric, please share. Jamie, please share. And Obed. Alam mo, wala naman ditong correct answer kasi ang sagot dyan depends on the company. But I would like to know your thoughts. Of course, ang sagot, if you can afford it, why not? Sinagot na nga ni engineering. Ang sabi ni engineer kanina, na depends on the performance. Pwede ka. But on a case-to-case basis. Pero sometimes it's also scary kasi you're not equitable. People will demand that they will be given, if you're giving an increase to this other one. Although, di ba dapat merit increases, hindi dapat yung company-wide increases. So what are your thoughts on this? Okay? Eric, MPP Obet, do we still have to continue yung sa compensation and benefit or policy? Or is it more a tradition? Or we just follow yung, sabi nga na performance-based lang talaga ang bonuses. Diba? Remember that we have 3 P's. Yung pay for possession, which is actually in your pay plan. And then pay for person, which is dependent on the competency of the person. And then the pay for performance, which is based on the performance management system. Pero ang tanong, what are your thoughts on these increases that up to now we are on the MECQ? Diba? Ngayon oras yun eh. I remember. In Inquirer before, I don't know, siguro ngayon wala sila. Yung, what do you call that? Yung we receive, you call it a bonus. It's actually our 15-month bonus. Share, profit share. Yun. Pwede ba mag-profit share pa na yun? Tapos, at this time, mag-June, yung mid-year. Mid-year is actually on performance bonus. So what are your insights on this? Parang silent yung aking mga invited seasoned Walang nagbibigay ng insights. Wala. We are many here. But I'm asking, these are some questions that HRR actually, they would like just to know, what are your thoughts? Okay. Sabi dito ni Ophel, some companies I know continued to provide at least the 30-month pay. Of course, that is mandated, Ophel. But deferred the annual merit due to the business impact of COVID. Oo nga, you're right. Just a thought, it might not be the best time to give out the merit increases for reason, negative business impact. Oo nga, kasi, you're right, Ophel, kasi, diba there are, what do you call this, surveys and studies that tells us, PMAP ECOT, nagsasabi, na talagang nag-decrease yung productivity. It ranges from 20 to 50, hindi nga 50. Ilan lang, only around 5% are actually on a 80 to 90% productivity. I got this from ECO in one of those webinars. Sa government, actually nasa 30. So ito na kay Eric. I am excited. Can we spot on Eric? Depends on co-capacity, the company capacity. Merit increase and bonus are now under review in Nissan. So see talagang good practices. We are on track to provide, although reduced. Ay, ang galing, Eric. Oo naman, kasi that is actually a promise. But Eric, you need a lot of explanation. Diba? Kasi i-reduce mo. Pero siguro people naman will understand. So the next question here is the communication campaign, the communication plan. Pero at least, it is on the works that you are going on track. And you're going to provide it, but on a reduced basis. Diba? Ang mahirap nito if these are actually CBA, naka-CBA. O nandito na si Ofeloret, after all, merit increase are usually based on business performance. Oo naman. That one of Mercer is based on, I am familiar with Mercer, is based on business performance. Hello, Mark. Yes, ay naku Mark, ang ganda ng mga usapan namin. These are really HR concerns. Who will shoulder the cost of connectivity, who will take charge of the workstation. Can we backtrack? I just would like to know, this is not a joke, I just would like to know, meron ba itong HR na you are really particular na kahit na yung backdrop or yung attire ng worker mo when they are on meetings ay talagang pinapakialaman mo? I just would like to know. Kasi meron ngayon mga, di ba, nakialam ka na doon sa gadget, sa kanyang connectivity. What is actually coming from them also? Diba? Kasi siguro, kung nagbigay ka ng connectivity, dapat they must be able to answer it whenever they need. Pero ang gusto ko nun, yung physical, physical. Sabi ni ni Ophel, yes. Okay, Jamie. Sabi naman ni Jamie, sadly, salary increase freeze in common response to the pandemic. Yan nga eh. Yan nga. Bebet, we give 13-month pay. We did not give the merit increase, but we give additional meal allowance and transportation allowance. Ito na yung malasakit. Siguro, gaya purpose mo siguro, Bebet, no? Yung other expenses, pwede. Kasi sinabi nga ni Grace, you're not actually paying if you're renting, you're not actually paying now eh. Ophel employees are still expected to look professional. Ayan talaga si Ma'am Ophel. If they decide to turn on their camera, if they decide not to, then the company respect it. Yeah. Pero di ba importante na, especially if you are a leader, a supervisor, na when you're using, say, you are working from home, ipo-project mo what is really actually yung professional way na people will be, you are credible. Diba? So, let's have a last input on the increases. So, what we have here, yes, yung mandated, we give, tapos, wag muna doon sa mga other increases, but still working on ang iba, working on the merit increases, and then some of those that are actually traditionally received, para naman, may pato na reduced amount. Okay, so we have here an engineer, of course. We shall, Engineer Armelita Garcia, please, spot on. Of course, we shall be concerned on their appearance if they are attending meetings because they are representing the company. Oh, God. Alam mo ako, I agree with you, engineer. Alam mo, kahit na, di ba yung background, it has to show your personality. Di ba? Kasi may oras naman if you're using yung virtual background, kung wala kang green board, nawawala ka, you look like a ghost, nag-ghosting ka eh. So, but dapat siguro pakialaman, HR must have some guidelines that it has to be tidy, clean, and then of course, tanggalin yung something that will really be, offensive, di ba? Malay mo mayroon dyang poster at the back, diba? And of course, the appearance. Okay, so with this, I would like to say thank you for all our guests who have from Pipi Obe to Eric to Grace to Ophel to Engineer to Jamie. Na-miss ko si Mark, hindi nag-share. At si Jennifer, si Charisse, I invited them. Of course, si Mr. June Sally, a consultant from Jensen. Take care, June. Take care, June. Meron palang post si Mark. We expect them to be in their proper get-up. Huwag namang mukhang bagong gising at wala pang hilamos. Yes. So ang gustong sabihin lang natin dito, Mark, we have a say on their first, yung physical. We have a say on their connectivity kasi nga we provide them. And we have also a say on how they are going to represent ourselves even if they are working from home. O yan. Alam mo yan ang mga tanong ng mga HR. Kasi ang mahirap kasi yung culture yung culture that we need really to improve and change. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that I'm not in a hurry. It's 1:04, but I am invited as a speaker in a job fair, and it will be at 1:30, and I haven't taken my lunch yet. So at this time, let me thank you for being engaging. Be with us on Thursday. I'm going to invite PP Jerry and PP Obet. You will be on the screen, and the rest of you are going to converse with us. Eric, please be with us. Grace, Ophel, be with us to join us in our conversation. It will be nice topics that I already prepared. Then on Saturday, again, be with us for the light moments that we have. So, as a parting message, yes, It is now incumbent on management and HR in collaboration with the operations to determine who should be reporting in the office while we are still in the MECQ. But it was a consensus that for key people, it is better to stay at home. But if your work is really critical, you really have to show your face also. But it is also a consensus that for those work that are as a story and you have the means, do it at home. And maybe this can be the new normal. Later on, we can even do away with big offices and we can just have rotation of who are the people who will report. And besides, we are hitting three birds in one stone because one is work-life integration, two, less cost, and three, there is continuity. Okay. May pahabol si Judy. Employees should understand we are not in a normal situation. Most companies are not meeting their bottom line target. So there is no profit to share. You know, this is I am doing my parting message. I will mention that, pero I'll tell it now, Judy. Yeah, pero you know, right now, for those who are going to listen, let us share this. We need to start a good communication campaign. Mentoring, coaching, whatever intervention, it has to be done with grace, tactfully, of course, and transparent so that you will be credible. What Judy has mentioned, that people should understand that we are actually in these challenging times. Kasi mayroon pa dyan na nag-iisip that they still would like to demand. Okay. So, pagdating naman doon sa budgets, I think we are in a consensus that management, companies should really provide the tools. But if you cannot afford it, then we require them to have it. But later on, siguro, we must reimburse some costs on its installation, on the connectivity. But I agree, connectivity, it should not be the burden anymore of the people working from home. You have to just look into your budget. Then, of course, look into the physical and to the way you project, especially if these are people that are meeting outside the company. They must be properly guided to project professionalism. And then the last one, yes, I like what Nissan is doing, that they're working on it, na may ma-receive man laang. But I think if you cannot really afford it, start on a good communication plan to tell everybody that we are all of us are on this and we have to understand. Siguro wag na mag-promise na when we are back, babalik tayo sa yung inyo. Wag na muna mag-promise kasi it's very VUCA, it's very uncertain. So ang ganda ng pinag-usapan natin. You know, these things are real issues. I got this from my students. And thank you very much for sharing. I will share this. These are two. Alam mo, for all those, tatawa nito si Ophel at si Pipi Obet. Meron akong parokya ni Jessie. Meron akong isang grupo, kulto ni Jessie. And then I share this. And then they agree. So thank you very much. Thank you, my friends. Be very careful. We are not yet sure, even if we are in MECQ, but the stats, the data are still up. So I am not yet vaccinated, if that is the right term. I don't have the vaccine yet. So I'm still scared and I'm taking all precautions. Take care. By the way, let's have a moment of prayers for Nani Hieronymo's wife, Sweetie, and then a lot of people who are sick, but they are recuperating. Actually, the recovery is fast, and then maybe science, medicine, and prayers are actually taking over, and then they are now overcoming the virus. Diyos mabalus po and have a good day. Thank you very much.